Hi everybody, my name is Ivica. Thank you all so very much for being on my latest Fortnite Creative beginner tutorial that will show you how you can set up a spawn point. Now, if you just open up your level and you started making something in Fortnite Creative, you probably figured out that you're immediately simply dropping out from the center point above your island right to the center of your island. To avoid that, you use a device that is called the player spawner. You can find it under your content, under devices, and here it is. Spawns the player at any location on their island. So we're going to set it up. And first thing you'll see, it has a mannequin in it, and the mannequin is actually pointing that direction where your player will spawn. So let's say that I want my player to look towards this mountain here. I simply need to rotate it and set it up there. So once I get into the game, my player will appear right here, looking towards that mountain. I can also customize several other options. So right here we have under basic options just the ability to select teams, which is pretty useful. If your game has teams, then you can assign spawners for particular team. Let's say one team, team 1, spawns only on this location, the other team on the complete opposite part of the island. Use at the start. Yes, we want to use that at the start. There are other options, but mainly in this case we want to avoid having the player drop from the sky and simply appear on this island and visible in the game. This determines if the spawn point, this kind of base plate, is visible. I'm going to set it to off so that we just appear on the grass. There are additional options. When this will be enabled, that's the point of the match when the same spawn point will be enabled. Teams, we already said that. Class, the same goes for class. We can also determine if some class, particular class, appears on a particular spawn point. Priority, how often do we want our players to spawn at a particular point. Use at island start, as yes, we want to do that. Visible, we set it off. Play audio, we don't want any audio on the spawn point. This is also interesting. Enemy range check. If there are enemies near the spawner, it can be kind of determined whether or not to spawn there or on some other location. Display enemy range and respawn alive players. As you can see, determines whether or not we respawn players that are alive when the spawned player spawner is called, so it impacts other team members. On functions we have to enable, disable, spawn player, and this is pretty interesting. On player spawned, we can send events to different devices, for example item spawners, so that we have the ability to provide our players with an item immediately after they spawn when this signal is sent. But in its essence, this is the very basic process how you create a spawn point. And now let's test it out. And as you can see, I'm appearing right in front of the mountain. There is no player spawner base, but it will be respawning me here once I die or something other happens. The same goes for any other team, any other player that appears on my map at this point, being that I only have this single player spawner. So there you have it. That's the tutorial. Pretty clear, pretty simple, pretty easy. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, please consider supporting me through a range of means, including checking out my Patreon page on Patreon, checking out my channel memberships right below the video, checking out my books on Amazon, including my best-selling book that can help you overcome wasting time and use that time on your Fortnite Creative Islands. Cheapest, easiest, fastest way to support me is just to subscribe to my channel and be here for my new clips. That's all for me. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day. Have loads of fun in your Fortnite Creative adventures, and I'll see you on my next tutorial. Until then, bye bye.